Hello my little spooklings, and welcome to my second Q&A. A little while ago I put out a request for people to ask me some questions, and today I am going to be answering them. If you haven't seen the first Q&A, a card should be coming up right now, and a link will be in the description below. A few channel updates before we begin. Thank you everyone for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. Your support means a lot to me and I'm so grateful. In July, I have a big birthday collab coming up. It is for my real life birthday and for the birthday of the channel, and I know I made the account in April, but I uploaded in July, so we're gonna go with that. Details have been posted on my community tab, on Reddit, and on Twitter. Check them out if you would like more information. Also, I promised a live stream and it is coming. And make sure you stay to the end because the winner of the giveaway will be announced. Now on to the first question. Adam asks, favorite music? I like a variety of music. Generally rock, goth, metal, soundtrack type of stuff. At the moment I'm really into The Who. They are a Mongolian metal band and you should definitely check them out. If you haven't already, they are so inspiring and so fun to listen to. Favorite superpower? I would love to be able to time travel and to also heal myself when I hurt myself because that tends to happen all the time for some reason. And why am I so sexy? Well, I live on a diet of nuggies and souls, so you're going to have to consume one or the other. Are You Afraid of the Art asks, what is your favorite type of horror and why? I like possession and like demon-y type of stuff, and I like thriller. The build-up is really what gets things going for me. Too much gore can be a lot of fun, but it can also be very desensitizing and it loses the impact. And he also asks, what do you think the most haunted place you've ever been to is? There are a couple of other ones that I'm not going to name because I'm going to be using these in videos. But I went to the quarantine station in, I think it was in Botany Bay when I was younger, during the day, and some areas were really creepy. Naturally, it is now a tourist destination. I've also been to the Old Dubbo jail, which actually was featured in Mannequin, so that's a little treat there for you. But yes, both of those places were pretty spooky. Thank you so much, Aisha. What do you love doing besides narrating? I like to write and read, play video games, research different topics. I love learning about history and that sort of thing, and world building for different worlds that people have created. I think that's so fun and interesting to see how they've developed their worlds. But yeah, that's really about it. This is just reminding me just how boring I am as a person, goddamn. Baron von Pasta asks, hypothetically, hypothetically, do you have any exploitable weaknesses, like in a fight? I'm onto you. I'm onto you and your wicked ways. Meschino asks, beans? Yes, I guess. Creepy Castle asks, what would you rather fight? A horse-sized duck? Or a group of duck-sized horses? What? A horse-sized duck sounds terrifying, but a group of duck-sized horses sounds really cute because I would have them as pets and I'd make a little stable for them and they could live in my backyard and it'd be so cool. It'd be like, yee, my little tiny ponies. Okay. Dezombified asks, what is your biggest fear or phobia? I see you. I see you trying to learn all my weaknesses. Random asks, what is your favorite food? Nuggies. I think everyone knew it was going to be nuggies, but hash browns are a close second. And my potato bake is pretty good too. Fresman asks, do you drink VB? And as I've told you before, Fresman, no. No, I do not. Hollywood asks, submarines, sandwiches, or submissives? And all sound pretty good to me. SNEDC asks, how are you? I'm good, and I hope you're good also. And you're staying safe during the pandemic. I Am Enough asks, what's the most important thing you've learned in the past 5 years? I'm going to answer these with a couple of things that I've learned, or I've had drilled into my head. These are probably quotes from other people who are much smarter than I am, and if you know them, please let me know because I've forgotten the source. Time is more valuable than money, and you need to be protective of your time. I love how I say that, and like the moment there's ever a collab, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Are you stressed out? Yep, I'll do it anyway. No, it's fine. I love collabing. You need to accept that you'll have some bad days, and that's okay. You'll get through it. It's fine. And to be focused on yourself and your own goals. And another one is learn how to cope with and grow from failure. And sometimes failure can be the start of something much, much better for you. Jason asks, face reveal at 1,000 subs? Not today, champ. Not today. Maybe someday. LJ Jarvis asks, before being a creepypasta narrator, were there any other types of videos you would have done? I would have probably done gaming lore videos or maybe had a history related channel. I can't think of anything else I would have done. I think at one point I was going to have a makeup review channel and... whew. Shinny asks, what do you love most about your everyday life? Well, besides the human sacrifices. I love having the friends I've made, my family, and even just having my life in general. I've had some really rough years, and I have to say that I'm grateful now. I'm very happy to be alive. Meschino asks, oh my god, Meschino. Can you say Irish wristwatch 5 times fast? Okay, I've had to do 5 takes just to say it once. No, I can't. Monsters in My Mind asks, tea, coffee, or soda? Which one is your favourite, and why is it beer? I see what you did there. I don't really drink beer. I know, don't believe the Simpsons episode. When I record, I typically have green tea, coffee, maybe Coke, and a bottle of water. And I will drink each one. Mr. Demon to You asks 3 questions. Why did you start a narration channel, and what or who inspired you to start one? When I started my channel, I was originally going to do spooky things but from history, and I'm still possibly going to do that someday. I ended up trying to just do something a little bit simpler, so I went with the black-eyed children, and then it went from there. It was, well, I have these weird-ass nightmares and all these encounters and things, so I'm like, you know what, you may as well write about them, and people seem to have liked them. And that surprised me a lot. How did you discover the creepypasta community? I can't remember. Where do you plan on taking your channel in the future? I hope to develop some more series, The Sisterhood. I plan to make big, long, movie-esque length episodes at some point. I've also got some post-apocalyptic ones that I want to bring out. The Skull Demon I want to develop, and I think I'm going to revise the first episode because looking back on it, it needs work. But I want to continue my series and really get going with the HARPER CODEX. I've been slack with the HARPER CODEX, and I'm determined to work with more people, so hit me up. Butthurt Mountain Productions asks, why does Mommy put her face in the mailman's lap? And she just wants to make sure her package is handled with care. Nathaniel asks, do you have a contact for business inquiries? Yes, I do. I have my email, ladyspookaria@gmail.com. I also have Twitter and Reddit. I'm probably the most active on Twitter if you want to get in touch with me. The Nightmare Nerd asks, why do they call them handcuffs when you wear them on your wrists? and that is one of the great mysteries of life. Papa Wolf asks, so when did you fall in love with horror, and what was it that did it? So, when I was younger, I would hear people talk about horror themes, horror books, horror movies, and it was just like the word itself became scary. And so I can't remember, I watched The Shining with Dad. Why they let me watch this? I don't know. And they saw the movie too, which is but it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to actually be. The amount of fear I put on horror being scary was greater than what it actually was. So I'm guessing that's why. Amateur Animator asks, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would you have? I was gonna answer this one in a lewd fashion, but I'm like, no. But I'm guessing it is a real life animal. So I'd like to have either a lion, a horse, or an elephant. None of these things are likely, but hey. Pumpkin Queen asks 2 questions. If you could live in a world from a book, which one would it be and why? This one is tricky because I read a lot of historical fiction, and I really don't want to live in those times. I don't mind, like, say, maybe the idea of like going in and be like, ooh, look at this, but to live there, no thank you. No thank you. The idea of, dying of disease or being eaten or being murdered or a host of other things, I'm good. I'm good. She also asks, if you didn't know about the narration or horror community, would your YouTube be in a different community? If so, which one? I think I would have gone into making lore videos, or something along those lines. I would have gone into making lore videos, maybe a gaming channel, I don't know. My gaming's pretty bad. Demon Creep asks, if you had the choice between a house from Victorian era standards or Gothic building standards, which would you prefer? And why are you making me choose? I would have one house built in one style, and another house built in another style, and another house, and all these different styles that I like. Which is very extra, and it will never probably happen, but let me dream. Let me dream. Retro Gamer asks, what got you into horror? And I answered this a little bit before, but I'm gonna go over it again. A lot of it was the fear of horror and what other people's reactions to horror was. So a lot of people would act like horror was far too scary, was far too upsetting, and horror is more scary when you least expect it. But also when there's that much build up, you could have something almost trivial become scary because you're so heightened up. Robert asks, what is your greatest fear? People keep asking this question, but if you watch my videos, I could do with the watch time. You could find out a few. You could work them out. Detective Romwell asks, what got you into horror? I can't remember exactly how the lead up of me watching The Shining with my dad happened, but the idea of it was more frightening than actually watching the movie itself. I did have nightmares afterwards though. And he also asks, was there ever a moment where the genre just clicked for you? I'm not sure if you mean watching it, reading it, or narrating it. In a way, it turned into a test to see if I could watch until the end. I wanted to see, can I handle it? Can I handle it? The blanket may have been up over it. I might have been looking through my fingers. What words do they use? How do they build it up? Because they have to rely on the reader's imagination as well as what they are saying. So, like with film. Okay, how they're using the lighting. How they're using the music, especially the music. How they're using jump scares. How they're using build-up. That is also important. It's interesting. Sometimes I've watched things and they have been really scary. And other times they haven't at all. As for narration, I like listening to things in the background. I find it very difficult to just sit and watch a video of narration. But I really enjoy just having it on and like doing something else, and then a spooky part comes on and you're just like, wait, what? Scream With Me Stories asks, What are your biggest pet peeves? And oh my god, I would be here all day. All day if yeah. I'm just gonna move on to the next one, but whew. The Shadows Within asks, how do I become popular like you? I'm flattered. Make regular sacrifices to dark gods. That helps. You may also leave tributes of nuggies at my doorstep. That really helps. Shinny asks another question. When will you make funny bloopers? I keep meaning to make these bloopers ever since I've started my channel, and I will eventually do it. Shushkin asks, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Nope. Strange Nocturnal asks, how did you get into narrations? I've answered this before, but I used to listen to other narrators, and I decided to give it a go last year, and it has gone far better than I expected. Surf Loving Goth asks, what's your favourite type of horror? Again, I've answered this one already, but I like thrillers, demony stuff. Tales to Chill asks, what is your most favourite story you have narrated? My most favourite ones have been the HARPER CODEX, closely followed by Bloodlord. In part because the Bloodlord one nearly ended up on the cutting room floor, so to speak. In part because that one ended up in the drafts pile. That one came so close to never being released. And there are several other ones that may come out. But yes, so the HARPER CODEX ones are my favourite. If you mean ones that I didn't, there's one upcoming by Detective Romwell that I'm really into and really looking forward to, but all the stories I have narrated have been amazing, and you should definitely check out those creators. Who is one of your favourite people you've collaborated with? Why are you making me choose? There's You Yourself Tales, there is My Beloved Gomez, there's Weekly, there's a whole heap of other people as well, and I feel really put on the spot right now, even though I feel really put on the spot, but there's so many people that I've worked with that I would love to work with again, and many new faces as well. Also, if you want to collab, hit me up on Twitter. Terra Talk asks, what are your favourite horror stories you've ever read, even if you didn't get to narrate them? Well, I'll be lucky enough to narrate some of them soon. Timothy asks, would you ever consider reading a story about someone who had their flesh eaten away by pineapple enzymes? Oh, I can never escape the cult of the pineapple. Never. Also, hell yes, and are you going to write it? Val asks, 40 nuggie eating video please. Don't tempt me. One day I will just have like a mukbang and ASMR, and then you hear. No, I don't know if I'll actually do it though. It is tempting. Weekly Creeps asks, if you ever had the opportunity to work at any job in the world, what would it be and why? I would love to get access to historical artifacts and archaeological sites that aren't open to the public. I'd love to be able to look, I'd love to be able to research them. So, if I can find a job that has all those things, it would be perfect. I'd love to visit, say, ancient forests and those sorts of things. Wondrous Library asks, what did you do? I have no idea, but I am very big on self-promotion. That's it. I think I answered all the questions. If I didn't, please comment down below and I will answer your question. Now, for the winner of the mug, I would like to congratulate Artificial Mutant Intelligence. I think you won the silver mug, so you won this. Please get in touch with me so I can organize details of getting you your mug. Thank you so much everyone for all your questions and all your support. It really means a lot to me. Now, stay safe, my little spooklings. And remember, I'll be watching you.